Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey today. I'm going back to like intro videos. So I'll put the timestamp in the description if you want to just, skip that and go right to the reading, or skip this part and go right to the reading. Because I just cannot repeat myself 12 times. And especially if there actually is something that I want to say, like at the beginning of every single video, my body refuses to allow that. So anyway, yeah. Now I'm like, what was I going to say? I have the zodiac sign readings all finished for like what was mastered in 2025, what's unfolding in 2026. So definitely check those out. I was going to do those for the human design readings, but I actually feel complete with those. So I'm not going to do that. We're just going to start, with the like human design readings. Just keep it pushing, keep it moving forward. I guess it would be kind of ish for January. I don't necessarily do like monthly readings, but whenever you're seeing this, that's when it is for, What else? I do have a special, or like a new offering. It's 333 reading. It's $3.33. It's a 2-card pull. The first card is the door, or like the obstacle, the opportunity, the thing that you are coming up to. And then the other card, the second card, is the key, which is advice, or what's on the other side of that, or what, kind of what's the purpose even maybe of that. It is a written reading. So, I shuffle the cards with your energy in mind. And then I will send you, of course, a picture of the cards, and then I'll send you just a written thing of what comes through for me with each card. So it's definitely a general reading, but you would Venmo me $3.33, and in the Venmo like description, you would include your email address. And then my intention is to get the reading back to you within 24 to 48 hours. It's not going to take that long most times. But that just gives me a good buffer if for some random reason it does take me that long. Like, I don't know, but yeah. And of course, if you make if you make that transaction or whatever, like private, then nobody else will see your email address. Just me. So hopefully that makes sense. There will be an explanation of that in the description as well. And yeah, I think that's it, right? That's really the only thing that I would really actually want to say in every single reading. I keep having this feeling like I just want to use like some cards that have like words on them. I mean, of course there's, words like on the regular tarot too, right? It's like the name of the card, but I don't know. We're going to use the time oracle cards, I think. If you open your reading and it's not, I don't have this deck in there, it's because it didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go. And anyway, okay. I think that's it. Let's get into the readings. Great. So this is a reading for the 2/4 human design profile, the Hermit Opportunist. If you don't know your human design profile, there is a link in the description for you to get your human design body graph, and your profile will be listed on there. You don't need to know a ton about human design other than, of course, your profile in order for these messages, to resonate. But, not every 2/4 is a Leo or a Pisces, So definitely be sure to check out your zodiac sign readings if you haven't done so already. But we're getting some cards out here for you. I just want like 3 cards, and then we are going to pull a couple cards from the Time Oracle. Dang, I love this. We have the Emperor, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Death card. Interesting too that Mars is pretty heavy, but it's like both expressions of Mars. We have Aries and Scorpio, where Mars is obviously, like, I know we're talking human design here, but Mars is in Capricorn right now. Oh my gosh, I should have had this pulled up. Let me see. Oh, that's not what I meant. It's fine. Just clicking buttons. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of shit. Well, I don't know. I guess Venus, the Sun, and Mars are in Capricorn right now. So anyway, let's get the Oracle cards out here for the 2-4 profile. Good. Is that 2 cards? That's what we wanted. November, and it's not worth waiting for. It's kind of interesting. Like it could be, of course, this last November that we're talking about. It could be, November 2026. But the feeling that I started to get out of these cards, like while I was shuffling the Oracle cards, is that there's going to be some sort of shift here. And it's really like a confident decision, or like a true knowing. Maybe you have been working towards something, strategizing something. I don't know, like managing something. And why I'm even saying like those type of words is that the Emperor, first of all, he's like sitting on Mars. Right? And actually, let's just pull up. Mars represents your inner warrior, drive, passion, action, aggression, sexual energy, revealing how you assert yourself, pursue goals, handle conflict, and express anger. And like I said, we have 2 expressions, or the 2, I guess, expressions of Mars, because Mars does rule over Aries and Scorpio. But yeah, okay. I'm like, what was I saying? Sorry. So the Emperor is sitting on Mars here, right? But they're holding this chess piece, and they're sitting on top of this chess board. So there could be some type of like Aries energy. I mean, Aries season comes up, like, is it the middle of March to the middle of April? That could have, some sort of significance, whether, again, it's this last year or the year coming up. It's interesting because I do keep feeling like it's more events that happened this year, like in 2025, because today is the 28th, so we're still in 2025. But Yeah, and especially too, like with his death card being out here. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. I was like still kind of talking about this emperor over here. But, if you have been even like putting a lot of energy into something, and by strategizing, I want to even expand on that. Strategizing in the sense of, again, putting your energy into something, initiating something, going after something, in order for like a future benefit. And that future benefit could be, of course, right? Like your dream life, like, having your desires be met, like finding community, finding family, even. And especially, I mean, I know too that, with the opportunist line, that is very much about your network, acquaintances, friendships, the connections that you make feeling a part of community. I mean, truly, like your best opportunities are going to be found within your network or within your community, even if it's just kind of, what's the word? Not, or like indirect. I was going to say not direct, and obviously like the opposite of that would be indirect, but it's like you hear about an opportunity just being part of a conversation, right? Or you meet people, romantic or friendships, whatever, just again, by being part of said community, or going to events with friends, or, whatever. And also, too, this is less like hermit energy, too. Like, when I think of hermit, I think of, kind of stowing away, or I keep wanting to say like hiding out. Um, but very much like, the hermit energy in human design is very much this dance between being out there, being within, like being out in your community, making those connections, figuring things out, deciding what it is that you want to do, like what are your passions, what does foster that drive in you. How do you assert yourself? What goals do you want to achieve? And then the other side is hiding away. Like I cannot think of I keep wanting the other term, stowing away, but it's like, taking the time to regroup, to recharge, and also like having the space to do that. All of the 2/4s that I know, I mean, like they have perfected their sacred space, right? Like they want it to look a certain way, they want it to vibe a certain way, because you guys get energy from that. You feel recharged when your environment is exactly how you want it. And if you live with other people, they just need to be able to understand that, and thankfully, like all of the 2/4s that I know, like they either live with people or they're in relationship with people who just let them take the reins on that, and let them change it completely, like complete overhaul every, couple years, or every so often when their vibes change. So definitely, like be sure to make your space, like make your space a space that literally gives you energy, that fills your cup. And it's also like it's a space where you want to create, and you want to like get lost in your, hyperfixation, or like, whatever it is that interests you, because that's also like part of it, right? Is that there's like these natural gifts that come with the second line, that second lines have like a hard time seeing themselves, which is why other people are so important, with that second line, or the fourth line, sorry, that they draw that out of you, or see that talent in you too. So yeah, okay, I'm not sure if I even finished my thought, but welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Like, please stay. Like, don't leave me. Uh, but yeah, it's interesting because it's almost kind of like this feeling that I'm getting. Because again, I swear I need to finish a fucking thought like over here. Um, Putting like a lot of energy and even having the motivation to find community, right? Like recognizing how important that is to you, regardless of if it's because you recognize or you understand or digging more into like your fourth line or even your profile, your human design in general, right? But it's inherently, I mean, it's there whether you're aware of it or not. Um, but really honing in on that and being like, like I am feeling a void or a space when it comes to community, and putting a lot of like effort into finding that, like putting yourself in positions or situations or jobs. That's what I mean by positions. Again, like going, accepting invitations to things, really um, like manifesting that, like getting clear on what that would look like for you. And it's interesting because like with the death card out here, and I just like I was this one sentence like caught my attention. Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, influencing your fundamental motivation, whether it's through direct force, which is Aries, or intense transformation, which is Scorpio. Whatever thing might have happened in this last November, if there was something that happened, and maybe it's like something that you didn't necessarily see the direct impact of, maybe it's something that you just kind of like went after. um, it's almost like your, whether it was a mental realization or your body recognized that whatever the opportunity was, it recognized that there is a potential there for expansion and even transformation. Because the vibe that I'm getting from the death card is transformation. I know like on this death card, it has death and rebirth because it's one and the same. It's like one has to happen in order for the other to occur. I always say with the death card that every new beginning disguises itself as an end, but one has to occur in order for the other thing to happen. So like that's the message with the death card, is that there is something that changes. There is something that transforms. It loses one form, whatever that is, a behavior pattern, a thought pattern, a relationship, a job, a routine, like just covering all the bases here. Whatever that is, right? Like there's something that fundamentally changes in that. And I feel like the motivation here is, it's almost like with the Emperor card, it's kind of, it's like this, like stop fucking around energy. if this is the goal, the 10 of cups, which is, I mean, literally it's everything good. It's joy, it's bliss. It's like the minor arcana card to the sun card. I mean, like I said, right, there's community here. There's this rainbow, which always like reminds me of the chakra system as well. Just balance and harmony, like kind of all those different aspects being hit on, or like considered even. Again, like there is a sense of community and connection, and even generational things here, because obviously like we have children. And I mean, this would be, again, like in any aspect of your life, whether it is like a romantic partnership or whether it is, like within your friend group or the communities that you find yourself attracted to, there could just be multiple generations. And even too, like the thing that just came through my mind was that, children also represent innocence and joy and fun. Play is the word that I was like trying to say, but, so whatever it is, like there could also just be this element of fun. Like maybe you find yourself having fun for the first time in who knows how long, right? Because most of us, if just, like we've just been kind of in survival mode, and like when we're in survival mode, or especially too, like when we're in like hustle mode and have our like sights set on something and we have a goal and we have the motivation, to do it and really put a lot of like passion and a lot of energy into it. Like fun is like not anywhere. It's like I'll have fun when I when I complete this goal, when I get there. Also, the thing that was like coming through is laughter and fun might also like just be the thing that helps transmute energy. I mean, think of how laughing can break tension. Truly, though, okay, so here's an example. I've been watching Heated Rivalry, right? Which I'm fucking obsessed. I mean, I've watched it like 10 times so far, and I'll watch it another like 50 before my HBO subscription runs out. But I don't think it's necessarily a spoiler alert. But if you haven't watched the 6th episode yet, so Ilya, comes to the cottage, right? And Shane picks him up from the airport. They're driving back to the cottage, and you could just tell, like there's just tension there. There's nervousness, there's anticipation, there's, kind of like being a little like rigid too, like, like, are you hungry? Like just kind of trying to break the ice, or like trying to, whatever, right? So at some point, Ilya starts making fun of Shane. I mean, playfully, right? Like, I think Shane is like, I told my parents that I was at a silent meditation, and Ilya just starts cracking up because he's like, that would only make sense, or that would only like not sound like a lie coming from you or whatever, right? But then they both start laughing, even just for that couple seconds, right? The 30 seconds, whatever, that they were both laughing together. And after that, they grab each other's hands. They start holding hands at that point, right? But prior to that moment, they were both just very serious. Right? Again, just nervous. And, like, how are things going to go? Like, I'm a little scared. And like, you know what I mean? And then they have this moment of laughing together, and it breaks the tension. And then they are able to connect, physically by like holding hands. So anyway, like that's like the vibe that I'm like saying here, right? It's like, having a playful moment, or even again, like connecting with people who are almost even that safe space like for you. This not worth waiting for card, I know I haven't even really like talked about it yet. And especially, I mean, we have this death card out here as well. Okay, so there's a couple different things. Like I said, like this card, this, November card was feeling like this last November, like literally last month, right? Of course, it would also depend on like when you're watching this, video. So obviously take how it fits, and we'll talk about it, I guess, in both ways also, because why not? But if there was something that you started in November, even if it was like something again that like you just kind of started plotting and planning in your head, right? Like it was a plan that you started to formulate sometime in November. And again, like it would have, maybe you saw like the potential of something. Maybe you made this decision to like really lock in on something. Because again, right, like you see the potential of it, and maybe the potential of it is bringing you here. I want to say that if you start seeing signs that it's not going to go the way that you thought it would, or it's not the opportunity that you thought it was going to be, I'd say like do your best to let it go. There are these letters here that are backwards, but I think it's just a reflection. So I was trying to see. It says WHS. The other feeling that I'm getting from this is the other feeling that I'm getting from this is instead of like waiting for it's like, okay, I can hear it in my head, I can feel it in my body, but like as far as getting the words out, that's where I struggle. And as somebody that has a defined throat, like that is so frustrating sometimes. So I'm just gonna say it, and if I need to like, I don't know, edit or clarify like once it's out, we'll do that. And I've been trying to get better at just doing that too. But it's like not waiting for the opportunity to come to you. And I'm saying this because of the Emperor card. It's almost like you creating the opportunity. Now, it's interesting because it would obviously like depend on your strategy and authority, right? Like manifestors can initiate things, like they inform, I'm going to do this, and then they do it, right? Like it's not asking for permission, it's letting people know so that they're not, you know, taken off guard, like when a manifestor makes moves. But they inform the people that are going to be most affected by whatever they decide to do. Generators and manifesting generators, right? Like it's you're responding to life, right? I mean, and life is constantly happening, but you have to like check in with your internal yes or no. Like if you're a sacral authority, then it's you usually hear an mm-hmm or an with the sacral energy. If you are emotionally defined and any type, because I believe that except for of course reflectors, but any type can be emotionally defined, but you have to like wait for the wave, right? Like go through the wave of the high yes, the low no, and then just find the neutral answer in there. Projectors, right? Like the whole waiting for an invitation, but also it's like all that you are required to do as a projector is do your thing. You just have to do your thing, right? Like you just have to, like whatever it is that is of interest to you, you just have to be doing it or talking about it or, like in the sense where other people have an awareness of it. Right? Like with the second line, like obviously if you're 2-4, it's doing the thing that you have the interest in so that other people can be like, hey, I have a need for your expertise or I have this offer, I have this position, I have this friend, I have this whatever, right? But you don't have to like initiate any like conversations or like initiate in the sense of like going after or creating an opportunity. You just have to be doing your own thing and other people will see it. They'll recognize it. They'll be like, hey, I have a need for that. And that's when those invitations come in. So the point that I was getting at is that it's like, because I keep seeing this as opportunity for some reason, like this plane, and she's like standing here watching, the plane over here, whatever she's doing. And I just keep hearing like opportunity. And I also, it's like, instead of waiting for it to come to you, it's like working your way towards that potential. And then there's going to be some sort of like transformation in it. And maybe too, it'll come to like full fruition, or actualization in November of next year, if that is the case. So it's like there's two different scenarios that are like going on here. And again, I mean, it would depend on your situation, but if there was something that you started in November, and again, like if you start to notice that it's just not what you thought the potential was, has shifted, then almost like allow it to end so that the new thing can come in that is a better fit for you. Because with this card being here, that would say that there is something else that is more in alignment with you. The other thing would be not waiting in the sense of, I mean, just making moves towards the potential. You know, like instead of being passive, it's being more active. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.